Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the zodiac sign Capricorn and Life. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, well, as far as Capricorn goes in their life, their life may be dominated by a lot of laborious efforts, and they're very similar to Taurus in terms of their life just being doing things in a very methodical, systematic fashion. The main difference is Capricorn, I would say, is probably a little bit faster than Taurus. I think Taurus is probably the most, as far as methodical plotting sign of the zodiac, but Capricorn will often not act on situations in life until prolonged premeditation and planning. They, I think, are unequivocally the best planners of the zodiac. They're associated with planning and premeditation. They are Capricorns often spend their lives being very devoted and dedicated in attaining their ambitions. Capricorn, in the early part of their life, they may be inundated with more responsibilities, more so than the average person. Remember, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is associated with responsibility. Uh, they're pretty much, in many instances, forced to mature earlier, in life than more so than the average person. And they are dominated by many Capricorns are dominated by their career endeavors. Even though Capricorn is not a fixed sign, it is of course a cardinal sign. They do seem to have very strong focus and single-mindedness, and Capricorn could be very consistent. Some of you may have remembered the late great renowned head coach Don Shula, who coached the Miami Dolphins for a number of years. He's a legendary coach, and they were talking about him one day on some segment on some NFL show or what have you, and they were asking about how would you describe him or something, and so many people just kept saying consistent, his consistency, he's consistent, this and that is so synonymous with the zodiac sign Capricorn. And the thing is, Capricorn may often during their life may become a specialist. They're generally not the ones that are going to scatter their interests in place categories such as Gemini or say like Pisces. I mean, they are about a very strong focus on what they're doing, especially in matters that are pertaining to their career ambitions and endeavors. Now, some of you may have remembered former NBA star Dennis Rodman, who has Capricorn rising. It's interesting. A lot of people remember him from, idiosyncratic behavior or eccentricities. Uh, that may have been attributed maybe to his progressed ascendant going into Aquarius during his career. And I think he also had Aquarius intercepted in his first house in his natal chart, but you may want to confirm that on the internet. But the thing about it is, he's a Capricorn rising, and what he did. I mean, he was a great player. Don't get me wrong. I see him. He had an illustrious career, I believe, but he really emphasized rebounding. I don't know the exact numbers. I didn't research that, but his rebounds per game could really strongly surpass, I'm sure, his points per game and assists per game. He was somebody that was that was what he actually did. That is what he emphasized. It's not surprising that he really focused on one aspect of the as far as his NBA career. Now, his rebounds per game may not have really surpassed his points per game that much if they did, but that was still what he emphasized and accentuated when he was on the basketball court. Capricorn also is the sign connected with longevity. It's connected with aging, old age, because Saturn is associated with that. Now, they may not look, overly vigorous or strong or robust, especially the Capricorn rising in terms of their appearance, but they often fool others and outlive people that may superficially appear healthier. Capricorn, they are ones that are fundamentally prudent and cautious, and many are like that concerning their health and their diet. Uh, they are ones that are, I mean, keep in mind, they're not ones to take many foolhardy chances during the course of their life, and it can help enable them to live longer. Keep in mind the zodiac sign Sagittarius often falls on the 12th house cusp in a solar or natal chart for Capricorn, and of course the 12th house governs restrictions and limitations. Sagittarius can be very foolhardy energy, very daring energy, and Capricorn is not about taking chances or being audacious, doing anything that's really that's something that would put them generally at risk, and that could be connected with their own life. And they are very premeditated. They plan things very carefully, assiduously, and that would also include the end or that latter part of one's life. And they are not they're Capricorn is not one, to take really, too many chances. And again, and those can be connected also with matters of their physical body and in themselves, just in general, their life. The thing what Capricorn needs to guard against, though, is that even, I mean, they can be, I mean, as far as the most depressive or despondent of the signs, I'm sure, I mean, I say it unequivocally, it's Capricorn. They they could succumb to thoughts of pessimism and negativity. They may have feelings of inferiority no matter what they actually do, no matter how laboriously they work on something or success they attain in their life. There's many Capricorns I see as being ones that can be somewhat depressive and not really satisfied. Remember that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet of limitation and restriction. They may feel that there was something that maybe inhibited them from attaining something even greater, even after attaining inordinate success during the course of their life. And the thing about Capricorn is they are very vulnerable to feeling despondent or in melancholy. And the thing about this is, Capricorn does need to be careful in those regards and feeling that way. And the thing about them is they need to either, I mean, some Capricorns may need like some kind of supplement or something that can boost the general, the positive feeling. Caffeine obviously can do that, but obviously everything in moderation, including moderation, it's not a good thing to have an excessive amount of caffeine. You don't need to overdo it. And the thing about, and there might be some vitamins or something Capricorn can take to in order to boost the general feeling of just being more positive as opposed to being overly negative or pessimistic. Gives more exuberance and enthusiasm to their nature and be more positive regarding things in general in their life. Now, their life pattern for Capricorn can be very methodical, and it's the main difference again between them and Taurus, I think, is the fact that they're a little bit faster than Taurus, because I think all the zodiac signs are, and they're also more about attaining ambitions, I would say, as well, and more career oriented. And Taurus is generally more just about money in general, no matter how it comes in. But Capricorn is more about, being business savvy and being very deliberate and methodical in obtaining success in a career or business related endeavor. They could be very, Capricorn is not known to be overly aggressive or assertive, but when it comes to things pertaining to business and their career, improving their stature in life, they can be very aggressive. Keep in mind that the zodiac sign Aries often falls on the 4th house cusp in a solar or natal chart for Capricorn, and the 4th house can reflect who we are at the core. So Capricorn at the core can actually be more aggressive and have initiative and enterprise and more assertive and forceful than what they may show superficially. And another thing is that having Aries on the cusp of the fourth house. That is the end or latter part of life. Aries is a sign that is very active and energetic, so Capricorn can expect to be that way toward that latter or end part of life more so than other zodiac signs on average. Also, too, the thing about it too is, in a negative manifestation for Capricorn. Capricorn, in some cases, I could see them. If you take a more nefarious Capricorn, might willfully try to vilify others and diminish their reputation if they don't have. If Capricorn if it's a malicious Capricorn, these are very isolated cases, of course. You take a very nefarious or malicious Capricorn that doesn't have that much in terms of having success in their life, prosperity, recognition, or what have you. They may try to vilify somebody else that's doing better than them in life, and especially, if you have if somebody's got like a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, and say it makes an adverse aspect to Pluto. Pluto can be, Pluto can be about jealousy, and could also be about vengeance. So you could pretty much do the math of, say, if it's an adverse aspect to Pluto, so their Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Sun adverse aspect to Pluto, there might be more jealousy with others that might be doing better with them, and they may act with a vengeance on those people, sadly. And it all depends a lot of this energy, whether Capricorn, whether it manifests poorly or positively, can be dependent and predicated on aspects that makes 2 points in one's chart. If Capricorn, let's say there's Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, makes an adverse aspect to Neptune, or even conjuncts their Neptune, it could be somebody that might not be quite as ambitious as the typical Capricorn. It might be somebody that might maybe dream more about trying to attain some kind of success than actually take action upon it. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.